Hey everyone, this is Josh from loudfile.com. We are cleaning earbuds today. So going over what we need, you're going to need a clean surface to work off of. Windex, that's your ammonia. You're going to need 3% hydrogen peroxide. You're going to need a glass container to clean that in. You're going to need Q-tips, paper towels. I like to use Kleenex. Some brushes, right? Or just one. You can get away with just using one. And a couple safety pins. Again, you can get away with just using one. I like to use two because you might lose one, right? Okay, so getting started. Take your earbuds. I'll show you how to do that later, by the way. Take your container, remove the retainers from the earbuds, those little rubber or silicone pieces that you've got there. Drop them in your container. Take your hydrogen peroxide, pour it in, so you got enough that they're just submerged, right? You don't want to waste this stuff. This stuff's got a million uses. Okay? Set that aside. Step one. For the next step, you're going to need your brush, your jar of hydrogen peroxide, and an earbud. Okay, we're actually going to get right in and start cleaning these earbuds. Now, the inside where the mesh is, that's going to be filled with wax and dirt and grime. This is how you remove it. You wet one end with the brush, and then just gotta soak that dirt, scrub it around, okay? You're going to see a lot of it loosen off right away and come right off and flick off. That's fine. Again, if you want to use gloves, you can for that. Okay? Scrub that off. Grab a Q-tip. Wipe off that dirt. Okay? Any dirt that's left in there that's coated around the edges, that's where you use the pin. And you just lightly scrape that off. Now I say lightly because the pin's a lot stronger than the mesh. That stainless steel mesh, you're going to puncture right through it. You're going to pull that mesh right out if you're too aggressive. So you just want to be careful and just lightly scrape that stuff out. Okay? You might want to keep a Kleenex in your hand like this because it's going to get real dirty. And you can just wipe it off as you're going along, okay? Wipe it off. If it needs a second cleaning, you do the second cleaning right now. If there's still dirt, again, you go back to the brush, the Q-tip, the pin. If it's all done, you take a dry brush. Now you can always just dry the brush you already used. And then you just wipe it off like so. Okay? Repeat for the second earbud, and that's it. Okay, folks, I'm going to do the second earbud as a close-up, okay? So, wet your brush, and you see that I'm not afraid to get that real wet in there. The hydrogen peroxide, the reason why we're using the hydrogen peroxide is because it evaporates, right? So it's going to loosen that grime, and it's going to stay on there just long enough so that you can take the Q-tip and wipe off the dirt. Now these earbuds are already clean. I've cleaned them several times already in the past week getting ready for this, or doing videos here, okay? You're just going to wipe that off like so, and then when you take the safety pin rather, and you just run that along the edges like this, okay? You don't want to puncture in there because you'll pop that out. You just run it along the sides like this, and that'll flick out any dirt that's in there, okay? And that's pretty much that. And then you're dry brushing, okay? That's going to knock off any of the little bits that are still stuck on there. Okay, last step, or almost the last step I should say. Take those out of the hydrogen peroxide, set them on a container here, take that hydrogen peroxide and get rid of it. You don't need it anymore. Okay, you're going to take these and flip them inside out. This is the hard part. These can be real tricky here. I got lucky with the first one. Let's see if I get lucky with the second one. Well, I'm getting good at this, I think. I should be a professional earbud cleaner guy. Okay, drop them in that container that you just poured out. Then yeah, this is where the Windex comes in. That ammonia, that's going to kill any bacteria that's still in there. Give them a good cleaning, or a good squirting rather. Slosh that around in there. Okay, you can take your fingers again. This is where you might want to use gloves if you're afraid of ammonia. I'm not really afraid of ammonia. Ammonia's afraid of me. Okay. You slosh that around in there good. Wring them out. Wash them out, or dry them off like that. Okay, flip them back the right way. Try them again. Same thing with the second one. Okay, then you just pop them right back on. Whoa. 1 and 2. That's it for cleaning the earbud part. Next we'll do the cable. Okay, doing the cable is quite easy. You just take a few more of your Kleenex or paper towel, or whatever it is you chose to use, some Windex. Spray a good healthy amount of Windex in there. Healthy, not like drink it healthy, but healthy as in a copious amount. We'll string out that cable, okay? Start along and then gently pull. You don't want to put too much pressure because you'll end up actually breaking your cord or your cable, and that's no good. Okay? Now, these things have been cleaned today, so they're already cleaned. It's not going to show much dirt. I'm just doing this for as an example, right? You're running it along the cable. Separate those two cables to make sure you're getting the whole thing, right? Give your inline microphone a little cleaning there. Again, don't be afraid, like if this gets in the cracks and whatever, don't be afraid because it's just going to evaporate, okay? Give the bud itself a little cleaning. Wipe any dirt, make them shine like they're new again. Same thing with the second. Run it along. Clean the earbud. Again, you might actually want to spend a bit of time making sure all the dirt is off the quarter or the 1/8 inch connection there. Any dirt that's stuck in there, if there's any iron or any metallic substances caught in there, that's going to screw up your the signal. So give that a good wipe, make sure that's cleaned up good. And that's that, folks. You've got a clean set of earbuds. Stay tuned and I'm going to show you a little life hack. Okay, how often do you get these cables? You go to put them away in your backpack and they get all tangled up and it's the biggest pain in the ass ever. All the time, right? Okay, this is going to save your mental health, okay? When you coil them up, coil it like a rope. So when you bring it over, give it a twist so that it lays nicely, okay? You give it a twist so it lays nicely. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing for extension cords and ropes from now on for the rest of your life, okay? Pull it like that. To keep it so it doesn't go anywhere, take a paper clip, like one of those ones for the big bundles of paper, and let it sit inside the triangles just like that. It's gonna hold its form. You can tangle this part up down here. The top part's always gonna be fine. So when you unhook it and drop them, perfect, every time. Every time. This has been Josh from loudfile.com showing you how to clean your earbuds. Remember where you saw this, remember where you saw that life hack? Loudfile.com from Alameda, Saskatchewan, Canada. Cheers.